Hi, I'm Sherry Guzman, and I am an EDAD 762A, and I am going to be answering the questions about the vision for professional learning. When I started at Wheatland School District at Bear River School, professional learning was part of our minimum days. So what we currently do is the first Monday of each month, we have professional development district-wide. Sometimes we do that all together. We have 3 schools. So there's an elementary school, Wheatland Elementary, that is a K-3. Lone Tree Elementary, which is a K-5 and a charter school located on Beale Air Force Base. And then our school, Bear River, is a 4th through 8th grade school. So we dedicate our Mondays, the first Monday of each month, to professional development. We've had a variety of different things come in. Microsoft Office 365 is what our teachers were using for their classrooms. And so we've had Microsoft come in and do some planning. We've had just different companies that we've used come in and do professional development, or sometimes it's up to the administrators, and sometimes we do these district-wide. This was all happening prior to the school closures that happened on March 13th, so I'm currently at shelter in place, so my answers feel a little bit different than they would have been prior. So who owns the vision? In my opinion, I think our superintendent, who's also my coach for this class, Craig Ginsler, owns that vision. However, he works with the admin team monthly. Right now we're weekly, but to determine what that vision will look like and what's important to our schools. And as we have found distance learning, that all of our teachers jumping in head first, that we probably need to focus more on online learning and what we can use, and what Google Classroom, our teachers are using it now and didn't know how to do it a month ago. So how we can use that in our classrooms. Other trainings that I can see coming from the superintendent and to our admin team, we've done PBIS, adoption of science, history, math trainings. We sent some teachers to the Q conference. But sometimes we have found that these days do get away from us, and we have some on the calendar that are specific, that we have trainers coming in, and other days we don't, and sometimes the days get away and the professional development time turns into team collaboration or grade level collaboration, which is not a bad thing. I know as a teacher myself, I enjoyed the team and grade level collaboration because you just often didn't get that time. So sometimes professional development turns into that. For owning the vision, like I was saying, our superintendent down to the admin team, we like to survey our staff and see what their needs are. I think it's going to be drastically different after distance learning, and that we need to move forward with more training in everything that we have with our computers, and how distance learning might have to continue in the fall. So what steps have we taken to get buy-in? I think surveying the staff is always important to get their opinion and see what their needs are. And from there, the admin team and the district office determine what we can do together, and we usually break that up. We have a great IT director that can help us with getting some resources and some presenters. We communicate that vision from the superintendent and the staff at a teacher buyback breakfast. So all of the teachers come back and we communicate our vision for professional development there. We start with having trainings, and from there, myself and our principal, Angela Gauker, we take the vision and incorporate what is specific to our site, because being a 4-8 school, our needs are not always the same as the K-3. I think that peer-to-peer training is often more beneficial because, number one, our teachers know what we need and they know how to talk to other teachers. Sometimes we have found that presenters in professional learning don't know teachers, and that can be a little bit challenging. We have some strong trainers, but they're not always, it tends to be a little bit difficult in a large group because you have teachers who have very basic knowledge of technology, and then you have others who are really far advanced. And we're really seeing that now with distance learning, that some of our teachers have really gone above and beyond to teach themselves, really. And they're going to come in with a lot of knowledge. What we're finding right now is we all just email each other like, hey, I found this site, or I found this tool, or you can use this for your Google Classroom. And I think that's sometimes more helpful because they're in the trenches and working on it and see what we need to do. So engaging the stakeholders in the vision, I think, is making them a part of it. I was a teacher at this school prior to becoming an administrator, so I feel like I have a knowledge of both sides of things. So I think letting them be a part of that and letting them teach each other. If they have an area of expertise, letting them talk to us and showing us examples. I know that teachers that are really familiar with Office 365 have helped others set theirs up, or with Aries, or just different little tips and tricks that some of us didn't know about. So I think that's always better. We've had some great presenters come in from like MobyMax. We had a wonderful one last year, but that doesn't always happen. So I also think talking to other schools, and if I used to teach at a different district and I'm still in close contact with my friends from there, about what works for them and what kind of ideas we can share, because there's no sense in recreating the wheel all of the time. And if they've had a great professional development at their school, finding out what they used and how we can incorporate it to our school. So, and that is where we are at for EDAD 762A. Thank you.